Hello and welcome back to Team Fortress 2 with Bobson, playing a bit of a snowplow today. This was the map that was originally supposed to be released last Christmas, I think. And the reason I'm playing today is I got a heavy contract to get some kills on my heavy, just to score points, get kills, or survive 1,000 points of damage with a single life, which quite frankly is a tall order even for a heavy, unless you have a very good medic or are extremely conservative on how you charge ahead, which is kind of counterintuitive for a heavy, since the whole point of being a heavy is you're supposed to just charge in there, guns blazing. But yeah, anyway, this is Snowplow. This is the map that was supposed to be released during the end of the line update last year. What was it, last Christmas? And yeah, I figured, what the hell, this is the only map I have not played in one of these videos, so I may as well get my heavy contract done while playing it. So yeah, so far it's a good map. It's a lot of fun. It is a bit different, and I can see why some people had trouble figuring out what the hell's going on, because it is a bit different from the standard control point, capture point maps. The basic idea is we have this train right here, and it gets pushed up from the beginning to the first control point, and blue team has to capture the control point in order to get the train to move to the next control point. But unlike standard control point maps, red team just has to hold the control point, keep us from capturing it for 30 seconds, or no, it's 35 seconds I think, and a big hammer comes down and crushes the train, dealing about 10% damage, which is that train icon thing in the middle of the lower middle of the screen. Every 35 seconds, it deals 10% damage to the train, and red team just has to hold the control point for 4 minutes, I think it is, and they win. Basically, it deals all the damage to the train's destroyed, red team wins. Blue team just has to capture the control points and push ahead to the end of the map. Just like a normal control point map, I guess. But yeah, that's the basic idea of it. I mean, it's not that complicated. I'm not really sure if it was just the fact that people didn't get it is why it was delayed and not released with the end of the line update like it was supposed to be. But yeah, it's a fun map. I like it. It's good. Like I said, a little bit different, but that's a good thing. Being a different map, a different kind of map, is a good thing. It brings variety. But yeah, let's keep going and see if I can actually get this heavy contract done while I talk about other stuff. So let's see. What else do I want to talk? What do I want to talk about? Let's see. Channel update, I guess. Last week I had some new stuff on Terraria. I made a new world, and I made a new base in that world, and I put up kind of, well, I didn't really put up, I just mentioned in the video that I wanted some feedback on what people wanted me to do. Basically, I wanted to know if they want me to just create a new character and start out fresh on that world, just explore that new world, see all the new stuff with my existing character, the one I've been playing in my series, or maybe do a jump-started character with some basic good gear, basic non-hardcore hard mode gear, and a few extra health points. Basically to jumpstart a brand new character, more or less. And I mentioned that in that video, and if you missed it, go check it out. You can see my new base. I built a beautiful new castle, and it looks awesome. At least I think it looks awesome. But yeah, if you missed it, go check it out, and let me know in the comments of that video what you guys think, if you even care. I don't know if the guys who watch these TF2 videos actually watch the Terraria videos. If not, oh well. But yeah, what else? The Forest had an update last week. Last Tuesday, I think, and I recorded another episode of it. And yeah, I was not expecting an update last week. I was not paying attention to when the updates were coming out, so I did not know. But there was a new update, and I did check out some of the new stuff, some of the new weapons, and I went exploring and found some new things. So yeah, if you watch my forest videos or you missed that episode, go check it out. I did check out some of the new stuff, as well as the flooded cave, which apparently is no longer flooded. So that's what I went and checked out. So yeah, if you missed that, go check that out. I played a couple of episodes, just 2 episodes of Fallout New Vegas last week. Again, that's probably going to be in my schedule for the coming months because there's so much to do, so much to see. So yeah, standard issue Fallout videos, so whatever. I did start a new series called with the game How to Survive, third person, which for those of you who have played How to Survive, it is basically the exact same game, but in a third-person camera angle, and it looks like I just completed the contract. Very nice. But yeah, it is a good game. It's a fun game. It's a good game. I put up 2 episodes, I think, last week, and there should be 2 more coming this week. There was a slight problem with the audio, mainly because I forgot to turn out the music, and for some reason, the in-game music gets copyright flagged. Again, I'm an idiot. I always forget to do this in the first few episodes, to turn off the music, in the game music. I always need to do that, and I just completely forgot about it. So there was a slight problem because when I uploaded to YouTube, I had to go through the YouTube filter thing to remove the music, and it kind of messed up my voice a little bit. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. You can still understand what I'm saying. But yeah, How to Survive, third person, a very good game. There has been some negativity about it, mainly because people are saying that it shouldn't really be its own standalone game, that it should have just been a DLC for the main game, because it is essentially the original game of How to Survive, but it's just a different camera angle. But there was a thing where you could buy it for 70% off when it was first released if you already owned the original game. So if you already owned the original game, you could get it for 70% off when it was first released. So yeah, that was like $3. That's why I bought it. So it was essentially DLC priced at when it was first released. So yeah, I don't see what people are complaining about. I mean, sure, it doesn't have the multiplayer function, but it's still a fairly solid game, and the gameplay is a lot different from the original game, which gives it a bit more validity to have it as a standalone game all on its own, because the gameplay itself is different. The way you play the game is different. So yeah, I like it. It's a lot of fun, and if you want to watch me playing it and having fun with it, go watch those episodes. I think there's 2 episodes up from last week. It should be a couple more episodes this coming week. Check that out and tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Or whatever. Let's see. What else? Well, that's pretty much it from what happened to my channel last week and what's coming up. Let's see. Fallout, more How to Survive. I don't know what's going to be coming up on Terraria episodes in the coming week or so. I'm trying to get some feedback on whether or not people want me to start a new character or just explore or whatever. So once I get enough feedback, or if no one gives me any feedback, I'm just going to go along and explore with my current character, because I don't know. But yeah, as far as the forest, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing in the forest. There is some new stuff to explore and check out, so I might do that. But yeah, that's basically all I really have planned for that. So what else do I want to talk about? Well, I guess I could talk about Pluto and the PlayStation. Why Pluto and the PlayStation, you may ask? Because I was recently... the recent flyby that NASA did with a probe they sent out to Pluto. And Pluto, the 9th planet in our solar system, I don't care what any scientist says. It will always be a planet to me. It'll always be a planet in my heart. Screw you pesky scientists and your reclassifications. But yeah, apparently they were using the same CPU to send and transmit stuff back from that probe as was used in the original console PlayStation 20 years ago. The 20-year-old CPU used in the original PlayStation is being used in a probe that was sent out in 2006. And I found that interesting. The fact that they're still using such old, outdated technology, and apparently it's because they like to use stuff that's more reliable and tested and stuff like that instead of newer stuff that might break down. But yeah, that got me thinking about the fact that I just realized the PlayStation came out 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago. It was 94. Holy crap. I realized this watching this about the Pluto flyby probe thing where they're getting pictures of the planet and stuff. And again, it is a planet. I don't care what you say, it is a planet. It made me realize just how old the PlayStation is. I mean, I love the PlayStation. I used to play on the PlayStation all the friggin' time. Had a lot of fun playing on it. And it just made me realize just how friggin' old I am. Because I've been a gamer a very, very long time. Since I was a little kid. And I first got my Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, the original NES, not the Super Nintendo, the original NES back in the late 80s. And I loved that game. I loved all the games. I love the fact that I had Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt combo cartridge that came with the original console. And I played the hell out of the games I had on it. Even after I got my Super Nintendo a few years later, played tons of games on there. Super Mario World, Zelda, A Link to the Past, favorite game of all time on the Super Nintendo, A Link to the Past. Great game, fun game. And yeah, even though I moved on from Nintendo onto PlayStation, I really did love all those old games and stuff like that. And it just got me thinking about it. Reading this, that they were still using the same technology that was used in the PlayStation, got me thinking about all those old console games I used to play. And the reason I even had a regular Nintendo is because I used to love going to the arcades when I was a little kid. I loved going to those big stand-up machines with like Pac-Man and stuff like that. All those 8-bit games, those massive wooden things with the joysticks and the buttons and all that kind of stuff. The classic arcades. And I don't even know how much money I wasted. I wasted so much money on those. They just designed to eat your quarters. But yeah, my parents finally decided to get me my own gaming system with the Nintendo, so I would stop wasting so much money on that. But yeah, it just made me think about how long I've actually been gaming and playing games and doing all this stuff. I mean, the last real console I had was the PlayStation 2. I have not gotten a console since then. Once the PlayStation 2 ran in the course of its natural life and they stopped making games for it, I kind of just moved on to PC gaming and stuff like that. Mainly because it has a bit more customization, a bit more personalization on how you can do stuff and how you can set up your system and stuff like that. And yeah, I like that. I like that more than the static console systems. And don't get me wrong, consoles had their place, and they still do, but I just like PC gaming a bit more. And I'm not really sure why, it's just me, I guess, but yeah. But I don't know. this whole thing just got me thinking about that. Watching the whole thing about the Pluto flybys, them getting pictures of it and sending a probe there and all that kind of stuff, and learning that they were still using that tech. It just made me think about all those old consoles and games and stuff. But yeah, let's see. Looks like I am still going with this whole... Oh, damn it. I don't really know how I am supposed to do this, because getting the 1,000 points, surviving 1,000 points of damage on a heavy, it's not impossible, but it is extremely difficult unless you are extremely careful with your life and extremely conservative with it. So, yeah. I mean, if I had a medic with me, this would be a lot easier, and I'd be able to get this contract done. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it this episode, because I have been going for, I think, what, 15, 16 minutes now? So it might be a good idea to go ahead and call it here. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get get this done, but yeah, if I can find a good medic to keep me alive, or at the very least, kind of cheat my way out of it with just kind of ditching my role as a heavy and kind of just hanging in the back and taking a bit of damage, running back and getting healed, taking a bit of damage, running back and getting healed, instead of actually trying to charge up and do anything. Maybe I'll be able to get it, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it here and say thanks for watching. This has been Bobson, and until next time, I will see you later for more Team Fortress 2. Bye.